So, do you identify yourself as a black woman or as a human being, just in general?
Me,
What do you identify yourself as?
obviously I'm a black woman, but then I just, it's a thing where I wouldn't use my identity as an excuse for stuff, if that makes sense. It's like, no matter what, somebody is disadvantaged in some way, shape, or possible. And it's a thing where
Facts.
when I'm doing things, it's more like, it's either gonna work because I put the work in, or it's not gonna work because I didn't do enough.
Yeah, you're not gonna say, sorry to even cut you. You're not gonna say I didn't get this opportunity because I'm black. I didn't get But that's why I asked, because you know, like a lot of people, like they always, you know, some people say I'm not like black. We're not even black. You know, some people go as deep as saying we're not even black people. We human beings first and foremost, and you know, like that kind of thing. That's why I just thought asking her, because on the deep end, some people just don't even see themselves as black people. They just see themselves as humans. You get me?
I'll say I do see myself as a black woman.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to the sense of and there are definitely situations where I do know that I've been treated differently because I'm a black woman, or things that have happened. But I'll say for me, the way I approach things, I don't dwell on that. It's just more, how can I find another way to get around this and get what I need to like do type of thing. Yeah.
What about like anxiety? Do you suffer from anxiety sometimes?
Anxiety.
Yeah.
I'll say since I've like been on this journey and actually improved, I used to have it all the time.
Yeah.
Like very frequently. I used to have heart palpitation. I used to have migraines. It used to feel like my brain was being squeezed, or sometimes like on a half of my head, like headaches from the front of my eye and stuff. Yeah, a lot of like physical ways that my anxiety presented as well. But recently, not really. And recently I actually started to realize that there was a time, I think a month ago, where I started to overthink, and then I was feeling a bit anxious. And I realized that the reason why I was overthinking the situation was because I already knew what the answer was, but I didn't want to accept it and I wanted to change it. So I started to... Yeah. So I started to feel anxious because now it's like... Well, first I started to feel anxious because I didn't feel safe in the situation. Then I started to overthink because I was like trying to make it make sense, if that makes like fit myself into it.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to remove myself from that situation already. But I was still trying to stay there. And then it's a thing where anxiety it's not bad when you're not dysregulated. It's a bodily function that has a purpose.
That's interesting.
So within that moment, I was feeling anxious because my body was like, you don't feel safe. I didn't feel safe, and I actually didn't feel safe within that, like emotionally safe within that scenario. And I knew that I needed to leave. I was like, I kind of understand where the person's coming from, but no. The person I showed you what it is. Why are you, like, people show us what it is, but we try to understand the why so that now we can convince ourselves that it's not what it is. So instead of taking the why instead of taking the what for what it is, but we try to just convince ourselves. And that's when I start, like, it was a bit more of a deeper light bulb moment, because since I'd like learned how to fully regulate myself and stuff, I'll say it's a handful of times that I've felt anxious or whatever. But, and I don't demonize it as well, because some people feel like, if you're healed, you shouldn't feel anxious, you shouldn't be angry, you shouldn't be sad. Those are natural emotions. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're a liar, because you can't always be happy. Like, literally, you can't always be happy.